Alright guys, welcome back. After that rigorous battle with Gore Swine, I decided to head back home to make some enhancements to our gear thanks to all these free books we found on the floor. First on the list, a Gravedigger's Ring for that sweet spell power DPS. Then followed up by some Shadow Walker vest and gloves. And not gonna lie here, but this new armor set out here is making us look like some exhibitionist. But hey, what can you do when Stunlock Studios like to make Susie clothing on their spare time for the players to wear? With that out of the way, I can now spend one unholy point towards Warden of the Damned, allowing the caster to summon minions for each blocked attack. From personal experience, this spell has never let me down before. Seeing as I have the mats to build a small stone hut, we undergo the processes of finishing this quest to unlock the OP Waygate. And on the side, reorganizing everything at the base. We can't be living like some uncivilized vampires. Now we are living in style. As we soon claim the reward it wants us to next construct a Waygate, though I honestly forget about it till Act 2. Feeling this urge of triumph after defeating Gore Swine, I embark on our greatest foe, Lydia, the Chaos Archer. It's no joke with her on brutal setting. This lady has a broken ability, you guys will soon find out. As I am walking towards her, already she is out here blasting mobs down like it's nothing. Well indeed, cause she soon claps me to death with this broken ability that you can't counter, adding to our death toll with this broken boss. Attempt number 2, and no surprise, we die. They really made this boss the hardest for Farbane Woods. With death number 3, I fumble the ball by not sticking to hiding behind the rock. Look at how close she was to dying. Attempt number 4, and to be honest, I don't know why I kept fighting her in broad daylight. Lucky attempt number 5, and we end up dying. Before starting the final battle, I munch on some delectable rats to fill the blood meter. So here we go.
Must be fate. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance. Think on your feet. Time to take a chance.
This was by far our best attempt at killing her. I can now learn our soon-to-be main weapon, the new long bow. Out of all the new weapons Stunlock has added, this is by far the best one. The next day I decide to go out and collect some resources for the base, along with rekilling some old bosses for any potential books. Once dead, I spy a free book for us, talk about a win for us. And to those fighting this boss, it's also a great place to stock up on copper due to him breaking most of the ore veins in the battle. On my way home, I stop by our local book dealer to buy Shadewalker boots, making that 3 out of 4 for the tier set complete. I soon go on a mass learning spree thanks to our hard efforts on collecting them. It's time to make new gear, starting off Shadewalker boots and then the new long bow, which feels a whole lot better than the crossbow ever has. Here is some footage of the long bow in action. As a side note, this weapon has a unique buff that applies increased DPS to your next bow spell, stacking up to 3 times. As a bonus, here is a clip of the long bow against the boss we were struggling with before. Talk about an easy victory. I should have killed Lydia the archer a lot sooner for this weapon. On a cloudy night, I spot the new caravan along the road, so I choose to kill them all for that loot box on wheels. Apparently you can get way better loot inside these things. It's like a piñata cause loot, and people soon burst out it. Checking the loot, the only good thing was the ability gem. Guess the RNG gods aren't with us today. Once home, I make the Ring of Dawn Runner since this set centers on move speed. Now that all prep work is done, we set our sight on Clive the Firestarter, who specializes in explosives. I come to the realization that tonight is our first blood moon, which will help boost our blood type stats by 20%. Clive won't see our newfound power coming. Okay guys, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. Clive's boss fight, get ready for those new mechanics. His primary attack now explodes into cluster twice instead on once. Out of nowhere, this man throws a sticky bomb, now leaving me shocked he has this ability. To be honest, I feel like being melee in these brutal boss fights is a lot harder than just being range. Though I could be wrong, since we have yet to encounter a boss that would prove this wrong. Okay, so I was unaware till now that Clive's sticky bomb can also harm his allies, which is a nice touch for this mechanic. Thanks to the Blood Moon, Clive was no real threat in the end, making that another easy victory to our list. As I'm browsing through the V-Blood list, I see a whole new boss added. Called Finn the Fisherman. Can't wait to see what he's got in store for us. With Blood Moon still active, I deem it the best time to kill the putrid boss rat at home. Lo and behold, there he is, just as big as the ones living in New York City. I think his new mechanic is the AoE burst of poop gas. Now back to the fight. With that chonky rat dead, we can transform into a rat ourselves now. On my travels to the boss, we have a quick peek at what this new area has in store, and not gonna lie, this arena is very unique. Having a circular arena design centered around the lake. Once nightfall comes around, we start drinking up our potion buffs. Then initiate the battle with an arrow shot. This is my first time fighting this guy, and to add, it's on brutal difficulty, so I'm not sure what to expect from this guy, so this is gonna be a tricky fight.
water! Rod and reel!
Out of nowhere, this man goes fishing mid-fight, reeling in random piranha.
My expertise with the rod is unmatched!
Here comes the main attraction of the battle when he chucks a fish in the middle of the lake, spawning a young sea serpent. I can't think to imagine what a fully grown one could look, now leaving me in a 2v1 situation.
Nothing I can't catch! I bet you've never seen a fish like this!
Next thing I know, he starts pulling up puffer fish out of fresh river water, making me think, is this really a lake if this man's pulling out sea creature from this water?
Watch out for this sea man! Let's grab a bite! My expertise with the rod is unmatched! I'm gonna need both hands for this! I'm one with the water! Let me show you a fishing trick! Your weapons are nothing against my rod!
I have to give it to Stunlock Studios for this one, cause when it comes to boss fights, they sure know how them interesting and unique.
Last time.
Wasn't expecting a low-level boss to have mechanics like this.
Taste of knowledge.
As I make it home, we learn Frost Nova thanks to that boss fight. The next night, I choose to track Plora the Feywalker to advance us to the next stage. We soon arrive to our garden plateau. Ready with my 80% rogue blood, we commence the battle. I think the only thing Brutal Setting adds to her mechanic is sending 2 wolves out instead of 1. This boss fight was honestly the easiest. Pretty sure in multiplayer it's a lot harder, with her summoning more butterflies the more people there are in the arena.
Spirits, hear me. Be gone. You are something unnatural. I can hear the screams all around you.
I sometimes wonder if some bosses were ignored more than others when it comes to brutal difficulty, due to this fight kinda lacking. Seeing this fight was easy, I am mentally prepared to fight Kodia the bear while I'm on a win streak. Entering the cave, I blast him with Chaos Bolt, starting the fight. Already I can see the new gimmick of rocks constantly falling down. As the bear enrages, it summons a bear allies, which to be honest isn't really much of a threat since normal bears in this game move slow compared to the boss version. Just look at him slowly waddle towards me. Though now thinking about it, probably in multiplayer it will add more bears the more players there are. So it has that going for it. Man, thanks to our trusty long bow. Ain't nothing getting through us and cleaning up all the bosses in this game. We next move on to Nicholas the Fallen, which just so happens to live near us. Before entering this fight, I make the choice to build a 2-piece warlock set. Due to the fact I can't find the last set piece for Shadewalker, damn thing just eludes me. With all prep work done, it's time for Nicholas to meet his end. Enjoy the battle.
A new variant. You couldn't possibly.
And just like that, we kill him on our first attempt. Didn't really feel like they changed much on him for brutal setting. Apparently this boss now give you the choice of picking your first ultimate, and to top it off it's an unholy spell. A very good decision of the devs' part, helping low levels have an ultimate for the final boss fight of Farbane Woods. I choose Army of the Dead. I love to have the small army destroy things for me. I arrive at Bandit King Quincy's front door, killing off his subordinates. In order to get through the door, we finally put to use our new bear form, smacking down any barrier in our way like twigs. Here we are, our first attempt at the final boss of Act 1.
A proper challenge. Show me your medal.
And no surprise here, I fumble the ball and end up dying to his projectile mace. Now on to round 2, switching up my frost counter for blood rage. Enjoy the final battle of Act 1.
Story worth telling.
We finally did it. Quincy the Bandit King is no more making us the new champion. With his reign of terror over, I can now say we have completed all of Act 1 bosses, concluding our journey in Farbane. Here is the rundown of what I learned now, being able to make iron tools and the next set of armor. Alright guys, we are going to finish off the first part of the story arc here, closing the Farbane saga by entering Dunley Farm's land. Hope you enjoyed the series thus far. Feel free to hit that like or sub button and comment down below if you want to see more future content on V Rising or any of my other videos. This is Mr. Retrobred signing off.